Hello to you. My name is John Tuohy, and I'm going to talk to you about some selective separation and concentration of biological compounds using cross-flow filtration. And just to introduce myself, my company is Tuohy Technical Development Limited, and but this talk will be based around a company client, which is Innopore, which is a company that manufactures ceramic filtration membranes. Okay. So, just to introduce Tuohy Technical Development, well, essentially we're let me see if it works. Research and process technology outsourcing consultancy, operating mainly in the dairy, food and beverage sector, but we also get involved a bit in the wider scheme of things in a little bit in innovation outsourcing and facilitating. Our motto, our mantra if you like, is two heads are better than one, and that can be from as simple as a second set of eyes to somebody who's designing something, right across the senses really, from we listen to people and into all sensory such as taste, perception of taste, flavour, odour, where multiple heads are needed, right across the spectrum to the creative parts of the mind, dealing with innovation and creativity, and in some cases human behaviour and attitudes. So, kind of summarise it pictorially by two heads are better than one. So an image I think captures it a lot better than words. So Innopore is a German company, and this is their factory in Weilsdorf in Thuringia State in the southeast of Germany. Innopore is about 10 years old, actually 10 years old this year, and it's part of the larger Rauscher group, which is a big global technical ceramics company. With a turnover of about $1 billion and would employ about 1,200 people worldwide. So Innopore is a relatively new startup company within that group. And Innopore actually started life as a spin-out company from one of the Fraunhofer institutes in Germany. As you know, the Fraunhofer network is a very prestigious industrial research group in Germany. So Innopore started life as a spin-out company from the IKTS research center, which is in Helmsdorf, and they have approximately 600 people working on research and development on technical ceramics in general, and a large part of that group working on ceramic filtration, membranes development and applications development. And just a little bit nearer to home, I should go back to say that the innovation and development is in the DNA of Innopore because of its origins, I guess, also because of its direction. And it also has facilities, applications facility in the United States at the University of Connecticut, and nearer to home in the Mopar Technology Limited in Fermoy, County Cork, in the People's Republic of Cork, is the application centre for dairy, beverage, and some other aqueous-based separation applications. And this is the centre here. So there's a wide range of membrane separation equipment there, which can be used to check out, optimize and fine-tune membranes for particular separation applications. So I just go to 3 slides on the process of membrane filtration. And the first one is really to just kind of distinguish cross-flow filtration from the dead air filtration, which people might be more familiar with. such as you would find conventional. You have a filter with a certain porosity, the solutes, the solvent and solute pass through it. People may use filter aids as they would do in the brewing industry, but eventually the flow through the filter stops due to fouling and what's called dead end. It just terminates, and filter has to be removed, dug out, and a new filter put back in place for the next batch operation. Cross-flow filtration is a continuous process involving tangential flow of the solute containing the solutes of interest, and based on the porosity of the membrane and polarity effects on the surface of the membrane, certain compounds will be rejected by the membrane, and others will pass through. And so the characterizing membrane separation processes, well, the two main things are selectivity, which is the difference in the permeability of the components of interest to the other compounds that might be present in the solvent, and permeability, which is or flux, which is the relative concentration that you can achieve, and the efficiency with which the process can take place, and the surface area of the membrane is required to do it. So membrane separation processes are subdivided into a number of areas, and generally, if you look here, we're looking at the decreasing pore size as we go across of the membrane, and decreasing molecular weight cutoff point for those membranes. So the most open membranes would be microfiltration membranes, which would have pore sizes of, typically for 100 to 200 nanometers. Then you go down into ultrafiltration membranes, which would retain molecules like proteins, and would allow simple sugars, salts, and so on to pass through the membrane. Nanofiltration membranes, which are tight membranes and will only allow salts, really monovalent salts, to pass through the membrane. And finally down to reverse osmosis, which are the tightest membranes and really only allow water to permeate through the membrane. So with reverse osmosis you get concentration. With the others you get selective concentration of constituents. Microfiltration, we talk about macromolecules such as bacterial cells or somatic cells or mammalian cells or whatever. Ultrafiltration would be mainly used with the biggest, I suppose, membrane area in membrane filtration will probably be in the ultrafiltration zone, because of all the selective concentration of enzymes and proteins that can be achieved in that area. Okay, so in the pharma industry then, most of the separations are based on solvents or solvent extracts, which requires membranes which are available to do that, so-called organophilic membranes. And in this particular case, the more significant area is down in the nanofiltration filtration area. And so plants are available to operate under ATEX applications in terms of temperatures and pressures up to 60 bar, 80 degrees centigrade. Applications would be the recycling of catalysts, the separation of peptides or other bioactive molecules from organic solvents, diafiltration to remove hazardous solvents, and on the other side of the coin would be solvent purification and recovery, polymer fractionation, and various other oil treatments. I was going to give you a quick run through a case study. This is Inutech, which is basically an aniline copolymer extracted from chicory through aqueous hot extraction and purification, going through a conversion phase in methylpyrrolidine, which is a pretty nasty material. It's a high boiling point. It's fully miscible in most organic solvents and water, and it obviously it's quite toxic and has to be removed from the process. So in this particular project, the distillation was not an option because of the temperature stress on the product. It was solvent extraction or phasic extraction was not a one because it's miscible in most solvents and water, and itself is quite a good solvent for many polymers and membranes, so we should rule out the use of organic membranes. So solvent extraction via dye-filtration with ceramic membranes was the ideal process, and that happens through a dye-filtration process in which the NMP is sequentially eluted out of the extract, and and you end up with the purified inulin or inutec. Inutec is a copolymer of inulin. So this is it's a continuous process in the industrial application where you have continuously taking off the water and NMP and continuously enriching the inulin in the retentate. Bioethanol is an increasingly important production and in this economy. So in distillation, water and ethanol and water, and as in many other solvents, form azeotrophs at certain concentrations. In the case of ethanol water, it's 95%. So you cannot further fractionate them using simple distillation itself, and you've got to use other ways to do it. This is one here using vapor permeation, which is a membrane process, but it's under vacuum, and you have a condenser here. So in this case, it's a hydrophilic membrane, which is attaches adsorbed onto the surface of the membrane, and then vaporized and condensed, and in this case it's a bit of heat recovery used, and the water in the solvent, the ethanol is reduced in this way, and it takes place at high temperature, but its vaporization process is about half the energy input required using more conventional absorption methods. Again, maybe another one based on ethanol, but this time looking at a sort of continuous fermentation situation where you want to remove strip ethanol from the process. This one was based on hydrophobic membranes. So in this case, the ethanol is selectively adsorbed and vaporized and condensed. And again, this takes place at normal fermentation temperatures, from 30-40 degrees centigrade, and it's possible to achieve 70 to 75% ethanol in the vapor that's produced, or condensate that's produced in this process. And finally, water purification is an important step in the pharma and biopharma and food industries. And so here is an alternative using reverse osmosis and electro deionization, and instead of using conventionally as you would use reboiling or distillation, using UF membranes to clean up the permeate coming from the EDI plant. Just again summarizing the advantages of ceramic membranes: they're bioinert, so they're resistant against biological materials. No adhesives used in the manufacture of them. They're inert, and they're temperature resistant. They operate at high temperatures. They operate right across the pH spectrum, and which makes them very suitable for many applications. Thank you for your attention. If there are any